Hey everyone, I have got a couple of cool new things today. I got the Pineider pen filler. So I'm pretty excited about this, particularly because my favorite bottle of ink is getting pretty empty and my bigger pens aren't able to fill from it. And then the next thing I got is the Wingsung 630. Look at that, is just a pretty pen. And of course it is the piston fill. I'm pretty excited about. Because I've always wanted a pen like in this shape with a piston fill. Because this is like kind of my favorite shape of a pen. And of course, gotta have it in the burgundy and gold. So I'm gonna try both of these out. And the instructions for the pen filler, it says to test your pen with water first to make sure the seal works and everything. So I think I'm gonna do two things at once. I'm gonna test this and I'm gonna clean this out. So I'll go fill this with water. All right, so it's fill. It's fill. It's full. I don't know if you can see it in this lighting, but there is a fill line there. It says not to fill past it, so I just filled it to there. See how well it, yeah, seems to seal pretty well. All right. Now I have messed around with this a little bit. I think I understand how it works. So hopefully I don't make a big mess here. So you just like put it in and it like barely fits. I don't think you can get a pen any bigger than this in here. Then you just twist this down. And it tightens and yeah, ooh. I'm not doing so great here. This is really fiddly. So tightening this down is supposed to make this seal really tight. Okay, yeah, there we go. That's pretty tight. And if everything went right, this should hopefully not make a mess. It looks like it's full of water. Oh yeah, you can tell here. Yeah, you can see how much of the water it took. That's pretty neat. All right, so oh, that's pretty tight. All right, and it's just got a bit of water stuck on the feed. All right, I think that worked pretty well. I'll go ahead and see if I can try to empty it into here. Yeah, I'd say that works pretty well. That is a really nice, smooth piston. All right, I guess now it's time to empty out the water. All right, so I got my Parker Blue Black, which is about half full. It's getting hard to fill pens with it now, so I think it'll be nice to have it in this. I should get a towel. I don't want to stain my nice table. So it came with this nice squeezy thing. I'll use that. Oh, It's tight. Wow, ink really is messy. Alright. Oh, there you can see the markings on it a lot better now. It holds 10 milliliters. That was pretty easy to fill. Didn't make much of a mess. I gotta clean this out. That's a little bit of a mess. And the instructions did say to make sure your piston is all the way down. You know what? I'm gonna give this a little bit of a shake just to see what kind of mess it makes. Bit of a stress test. Okay, so there's little dots of ink all over the cap. So you just gotta be a little careful with that, I guess. And you can see it's inside there. All right, flip it over. Yep, it is filling right up. All right. All right, so there's a bit of ink on the grip. And of course on the feed. I guess you still have to carry around a towel if you're going to use it. But still, that's a lot cleaner than dipping it right into the bottle. And a lot easier. Cool. So I'm excited about that. I might even carry it in my pen case with a little bit of a microfiber cloth with it, so I can fill up and clean my pens if I need to on the go. Which I probably won't need to, but I think that's kind of what it's designed for. I mostly am excited because I can fill up pens that don't fit into the bottle when the bottle is pretty empty, because, you know, when you get a big nib like this that fills all the way up at the base, it's like you can't even fill it up anymore. Of course, my snorkels don't have that problem, but they're a special case. And as for this pen, I'm pretty excited for it. I've heard a lot of good things about it. Of course, aesthetically, it is pretty much perfect. I like pretty much every feature about it. My biggest concern is how well it will seal, because I haven't had a lot of luck with Chinese pens sealing, and they tend to dry out. Like my Pen BBS and my Jinhaos all dry out rather quickly, quicker than I would like. They're definitely not anywhere near as good as my Platinum. Keep this thing inked constantly because I can trust it to never dry out. But of course it is quite a lot more expensive than this. And as far as the nib, it is... Well, actually, I'll test it out here. See exactly. Because visually, like just looking at the tipping material, it does look broader than I like. But it doesn't look too broad. Yeah, it's not too broad. It's a pretty nice feeling pen too. I think it fits my hand pretty well. Like the way I hold it, it kind of hits the paper without having to put any real effort into it. It is a bit more back weighted than I prefer. I usually prefer it to be more around here, but that's pretty extreme, especially if you get big piston in the back. because I like it that far up because the weight goes all onto my thumb here instead of having to kind of keep it, you know, because if the weight is back here, there's a little more effort that needs to be, a little more effort that needs to be put into keeping it in place, you know, if you're writing at like a weird angle or something. But this isn't too bad. Like writing normally here, like if you're just writing flat, the weight all goes down to like kind of like the whatever this part of your hand is. You know, it's not like it's back here and like trying to pop up. But if I'm, you know, writing like this, that's when having the weight here gets to be a bit more of a problem because now it's like, you know, trying to do this instead of, you know, just resting on my thumb. But it's just like a me problem because I'm writing in a weird angle. Yeah, I guess the real test is just going to be how well it seals. So, like pretty much every other pen in my collection, when I get more experience with it, I think I will do a more in-depth video on it. Pretty excited about both of these. Yeah, so it's been a while since I've made a video like this. I'm still kind of trying to get back into the groove. So, yeah, I mean, right now, I don't have a lot of things to film, but I do have a lot of ideas. I would like to do a collection video going over all of my pens and pen accessories. Because you know, now that I've got this pen, I don't really have any other pens that I have my eyes on, at least for quite a long time. I think it'd be a good time now to do a collection video. So if you want to see that, stick around, I guess. I'm not sure when I'll get to it because it's a pretty big project. Because I don't want to just like show off all of my pens. I'd like to talk about how I feel about all of them and like kind of what they, what kind of space they fill in my collection. So that's a bit of a project. Like in the future, I would kind of like to do a video, maybe video series of trying to get into like inks and ink samples because I'm pretty happy with pen collection as it is, and I'd like to have a bit more fun and try out different inks and stuff, and that seems like a pretty easy way to get into that because pens are quite expensive and there's a lot of commitment to buying a new pen because that'll be there for a long time. So if you just get an ink sample, you use it for a couple months and then it's gone. So yeah, thanks for watching if you got this far, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.